Hawthorne in here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Off the Hook Outdoors. I'm Ted, your host, and today we're sitting on the porch waiting for the weather to pass. But I have somebody special with me today, a good buddy of mine, City Sticker Chris.
What's up?
So now,
Waiting in the wings.
yes, we are waiting for the. It's not too bad out right now. I'll show you this real quick here so you guys can see the weather. You can see it's just coming down lightly. It's a little chilly out here. But, yeah, Chris got up here this morning, so I was really excited about that. We got all the rods set up. We're waiting. We have the Domaniac here.
The Domaniac.
But he's out of his element today. He should be on the field plowing, but he's going to be on the water floating today. Yeah. So we're going to have him out there. We're going to try to get him on some big fish today, hopefully. I did talk to somebody who just came off the lake. We walked onto the lake to check it out, and he caught a few bass. He was musky fishing, actually. So he caught a walleye, and he caught a few small bass while he was musky fishing. So, yeah, so we're waiting it out a little bit. We're just talking about everything. Just catching up. Yeah, just catching up and hanging out and talking about some things. And we figured, hey, while we're sitting here talking, let's go live and get with you guys to just show you an update of what's going on. We will be going live from the boat at some point today. We got a lot of stuff planned. I want to get him out on the water and get into the fish. We got to do a couple of things today. He's going to be nice enough to take me over to pick my truck up. It's finally done, guys. So I got the off the hook wagon, the battle wagon back. I got the off the hook battle wagon back. The West Mifflin wagon. So we are going to do that today. And then we're going to get out there. And Chris is here, I believe, all day.
Oh, yeah.
He can stay till dark.
I'm good.
We're gonna fish, man.
It's supposed to get better and better as the day goes on.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. We're just hoping that weather changes a little bit, but if it don't, I'm gonna have to give Chris a rain. Yeah, no, you have a rain check.
A rain check.
We're going out in the rain. See, Off the Hook don't provide any rain checks here. We go out in the rain and fish. We check the box that we fished in the rain. We don't have rain checks. But yeah, no, we'll go out and fish. What's up, Thrive? I am coming fishing too. Yeah, but hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. Share us out. Let people know that we're here sitting on the porch in the rain, not doing anything. So you can come in and watch us do nothing. Yeah. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to make it fun. Chris and I have been friends for a long time, so give you a little history. Chris, there's the other Chris. Good morning, buddy.
Indiana Chris?
Yeah.
There he is.
There's the community. Did you see this community thing now I told you about?
Yeah.
So you get the points from it?
Yeah, I was number one.
You were number one last night.
You're
always number one in my book, buddy.
Making a bunch of comments, whether they were stupid or not. I don't know. Yeah.
So, hey, check out the apparel store. Get yourself some Off the Hook gear if you don't mind. Go over and check it out. It's in the description of my videos. Do you have any apparel?
I don't.
Right now, not yet. You better get some.
I mean, I had some personal stuff made up.
We're gonna get you some.
Merch.
I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up with my buddy. Get you some merch for sure. So I am number one too. Thrive, you are number one. Yes, you are, buddy. But yeah, very light rain. Boat's fully charged. I still got to charge it actually, but those NOCO battery chargers take care of your battery like a little baby.
So I am out of my element.
Hey, bud, I'm going out there. Haven't posted any of my catches. What's that say, Chris? My catches on FishBrain. Oh, you haven't posted on FishBrain? Get out there and post, man. You got to post that stuff. I'm hoping to post today. Nice hoodie, Ted. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, you have one yourself.
Yeah, it's. I definitely am out of my element. My background's river fishing. Yeah, I very rarely have ever been in a boat, actually. So kind of looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. We're going to go fast.
As long as we don't get like 3-foot waves.
Yeah, we're going to go fast.
And I get motion sickness and puke all over Ted's boat.
Just puke over the boat. I might make it a point to try to get you sick. Don't tell me that.
Up in Pomatuing, we got some swells one time, and I ended up just about yakking.
My sisters did that too. We were out on a charter boat walleye fishing, and they were both eating cheese curls.
Ooh.
So that was a good color.
Chum.
That was a good color.
They were chumming.
It was a good color. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I get motion sickness, but I should be fine.
You'll be fine out here. Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's pretty flat.
Mm-hmm. My wife gets it too, and she's fine on there, so you'll be fine. But yeah, guys, we're excited. I wish we were out there right now fishing, going live, but I think it's the better deal with the cameras and stuff like that. We want to just wait it out a little bit. And like I said, we're just talking and, catching up on things. So we figured we'll go live and talk to you guys and Just have some fun.
Yep,
Be right back, Chris. All right.
Two city guys talking.
Yep. From the hoods to the woods.
From the hoods to the woods.
From the hoods to the woods.
Yep.
So we are, just waiting it out a little bit.
Maybe that'll be the name of my new podcast.
Hoods to the woods?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
See, my pick of first before Off the Hook Outdoors, I always liked Off the Hook because I was always like, oh, we're off the hook, like when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that, but I was going to do Woods and Water. Woods and Water Outdoors. That was my first choice of name.
I'm just trying to think, like, I almost was thinking about changing the whole city sticker name.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, city sticker, what's that? You know, because people don't understand the background behind it. Living in the city all my life, and then I moved north.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't understand that, and then sticker part is obviously a bow.
Yeah.
I'm always passionate about bow hunting.
Yep.
And that was my thing, but like people see city sticker, they don't understand what it means. But from the hoods to the woods,
that's where you used to hunt. You used to hunt the city, basically. I hunt the city too. Suburban, urban hunting.
Urban assassin.
Yep. And and you guys, City Sticker is absolutely a great name. Yeah, he likes that name.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah, and he said Off the Hook. Yeah, I liked Off the Hook. There is a couple people out there that have Off the Hook, but it's Off the Hook. It's not Off the Hook Outdoors.
Right.
And nobody has my logo, so that's the thing.
Well,
I really love my logo. I had an artist do the logo.
I do now have a logo, and I need to get merch and some stuff made up.
We'll get your merch made up for free, buddy.
I need to get some stuff.
I'll get you hooked up. I'll get you hooked up with my buddy Charlie, and he will get you a store, and it'll be free, and you have a link, and you don't have to do anything about it. Anybody's interested in the store, let me know, but I'm going to get City Sticker hooked up with the store with my buddy
I need to
Charlie.
do something.
It'll be no cost to you either, buddy.
That'll be cool.
It'll be good.
Let me see if I can get in
How
there
do
and
I
find
do
it.
that, too? I can talk to you, Thribe, about it for sure. I just got to see you're in like Kenya or something though, and I don't know how Dubai, Kenya, I don't know how that will work, but if he does your store and gets you a link, I don't know if shipping will cost more when he's doing that your way, but we can talk about it because I want to talk to you about getting some tips and some tricks from you too, buddy. All right, Thribe, so for sure I want to talk to you. Maybe we can email and maybe hook up with a phone call or something in the future for sure. Because I want to pick your brain at some ideas I have.
So
there it is.
So here's a logo.
He stole my logo. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Yoper? That's a beautiful logo.
So
I like it.
If you look, the underneath is the cityscape of Pittsburgh. That's a real blacked out picture of the cityscape. You can see PPG Place and all that down there, and it looks like it's reflection in the water or something, and then you got some trees, and there's me up in a tree.
There's you missing that buck.
Missing that buck, wounding that buck.
There's Chris missing that buck. That buck's getting ready to blow right now and get out of there.
But I like the black and white, but I also want to get it in color and do like the cityscape in blue.
Maybe put a little bit of water to make it look like a lake.
Make a line, make a line there so you can see like the trees in green and maybe some water and blue and things. But yeah,
maybe me having a tree stand on the other side of you.
Oh, come on, moving in on me. Well, that is classic city. I mean,
yeah, because you're right there.
You
on
usually
top
see
of people.
who's. You can wave at the person next to the tree stand.
There's a deer coming. You can talk. There's a deer coming.
Or tell them they're number one. You know, that type of thing.
He likes it abstract. He loves the logo. Thribe loves the logo. Cool. I like that logo too. And if you've seen one of our lives, our urban hunt lives, I do the city line. It's a little different than his. I didn't want to take his logo and like sort of copy it. I did it a little differently, but that's his logo, not mine. We just put it up for urban hunt. Like when we do our live streams together about urban hunting, you'll see the Pittsburgh skyline in the video, and you usually see a bow hunter in there, like sort of like him. I didn't take his logo, but I wouldn't take it.
Yeah, it was just a thumbnail.
But it's just a thumbnail. So, and plus, we can use your thumbnail for that too as well.
Yeah, sure.
So if you guys haven't subscribed to City Sticker, Thribe, share his. Chris, can you share his City Stickers channel out? And Thribe, if you could do the same thing and get it out to your buddies and friends. I mean, Thribe has thousands of subscribers.
Really? Good to know.
So, yeah, get out there and share that out for Chris. We're trying to grow, share his channel. Yes. If you could get that up there and share it and give him a sub, I'd appreciate it. Chris and I are going to be working together. We've been working together, but we sort of not slacked. I don't want to say slacked off.
It's kind of downtime.
It's like kind of downtime. Now my fishing's coming back. He's here. We're trying to get more content together. Like obviously hunting, we both we'll hunt our brains out. So when the hunting season comes around, that's good. You know, we have all that in podcasts and things, and we'll get into that urban thing. And Indiana Chris really likes the urban part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's made comment. There it is right there. You just shared that. Thank you, Chris.
Like a lot of I'm like a sleeper fisherman type. I mean, like people don't even know that I fish, but
now they're going to know.
I actually fish a lot.
Millions and millions of people around the world
millions,
after today.
All Ted's fans.
Oh, millions and millions. I got to do the rock thing and smell the millions and millions of people.
I can smell the lake cooking.
I could smell what the lake is cooking.
But yeah, it's
hunting's not allowed there where he's at.
Oh,
in Kenya or something. That's where he's at.
I actually do fish a lot, and but on a smaller scale.
They have a safari. You can go hunt lions and stuff.
Oh wow! But on a smaller scale, like trout and bass, like a large bass to me is a lot of smallmouth up there. Like a 2-pounder is like
what?
That's a lunker.
What?
That's a lunker up there.
We're gonna get him a 3 or 4 pounder today, hopefully.
I mean, because the river.
Yeah, it doesn't produce. It's just a different thing.
You can see across the river.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only, I don't know, 50, 60 yards across.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, those fish in the
water's
river
low,
fight. They fight, though.
I put waders on. I can walk out in there, and that's how I fish.
Yep. See, that Yoper said Ted's going to make you famous, Chris.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, though, those river fish fight hard. Those smallmouth are unbelievable. You catch a river smallmouth, and the fight is unbelievable. But you hook into one of these 4 or 5 pound smallmouth out here.
Yeah.
You're going to be in for a treat. It's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. Knock my socks off.
Yeah, you could get millions of views. I would love to get millions of views, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. And when it does happen, yay.
I need the watch time.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
I talked about that yesterday.
I need people to watch videos through.
There's a boat out there floating. He's trolling right now for walleye.
Instead of people skipping through my content and seeing what,
there's John.
The stuff at the bottom, at the very end. Instead of skipping through that, they need to watch the whole thing through and get me that watch time.
John, we're gonna try to get Chris on a bigger fish than 2 pounds.
Yeah, I need a bass.
His lunker is a 2-pounder, so I'm hoping I can get him on at least a 3 or 4. I'd love to get him a 4 or 5 pound smallie today.
I got pictures.
The weather here, John, it's like this. It's cold. It's what is the?
It's only 52.
It's 52 degrees right now. I just subscribed to Chris. Thrive just subscribed to you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Like, this is a lunker to me. From where I'm from, that's a lunker.
Yep.
I don't know what that is, 16, 17 inches maybe. Yeah. Probably about 2 pounds, maybe 2 1/4 at the most. Yeah. That's a freaking slob where I'm at.
Yep.
And I'm using 6-pound monofilament on a medium duty rod.
Yeah, we're using 65-pound braid.
Oh, I can haul in logs.
65 pound, 10 and 12, 20 pound. So he fishes like he deer hunts. John's getting personal now.
Which John is
That's small water.
Oh, geez.
He's going to tear you up, buddy.
Oh,
you know how John is. He's going to tear you up.
That's ruthless, John.
Yes, John is.
Why you got to be like that?
He will get you from more than one way. More than one way.
Well,
there's Thrive saying hello to John.
Anybody lets their wife be the champion all the time. I don't know. Of course, that might be by design. They don't want the wife whooping them.
Yeah. No, she's a great fisherman, Lindy.
Yeah, Lindy.
I mean, I fish with. They're great people.
She's obviously a good.
They are. They're good
partner in the boat. Also.
John and Lindy, Small Water Charters. You guys go to Florida. You got to look them up. They are great people. OFF THE Outdoors. Chris needs to invest in his thumbnails, and that way his channel will pick up thumbnails. What did it say? I'm sorry. Live chat. At OFF THE Outdoors, Chris needs to invest in his thumbnails. Yeah, make better thumbnails.
Yeah, I just use Canva for mine.
Yep, make better thumbnails, Chris. That's what he's saying to you right now.
And that's true.
You don't like your you don't like his thumbnails.
Well, that's true.
Happy wife, happy life. That's what he said. And you are correct. And
the thumbnail thing, I just use Canva, and I'm not very techie.
Yeah.
I got out of high school and went straight to work.
We'll get you going on that stuff for sure. I'm not techie either. But
I'm
techie when I want to be techie. My wife always complains when I try to get on the computer and look for something or do something. She's like, you don't know how to do the computer, but you know how to do YouTube. I'm like, yeah, because I love it.
That's what everybody says to me. I got to learn how to do YouTube. Can you show me how? And I'm like, my kids showed me.
Yeah. My kids know a lot of stuff, but I mean, I do a lot of stuff from my phone. I don't use a computer, big editing software, nothing yet.
See, I don't know how to use the phone.
I edit from my phone.
I can use my laptop, but
Yeah, Coach, you guys always catch big bass. Now, that Coach's biggest bass ever, wasn't it, John? I believe that was his biggest. I think it was. I'm not sure, but I thought that was his biggest. Because that was early in the morning, too, because you sent me the picture of that early, I think. So that was when you guys just got out there, I think. Let's see the community, Chris. Ready? Who got the points?
Oh.
So, John's in first right now. He's the first. He's the leader. John's in first, and we got Yoper second, Indiana Chris, Dakota Bird, Thrive, and Kevin Hawthorne. You guys see that community thing up there? We're going to be doing, no, it wasn't his biggest. Okay. What was his biggest, John? John has a lot to say.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. But that community thing, I'm going to start doing like, he has 3 7/8 with me. Wow.
I think the more you insult the host, the more points you get.
Yes. We're going to be doing giveaways for that. Yes, he does have a lot to say. So, but yeah, we're going to be doing giveaways with that community thing now, that point system that I have on the live. And I think you guys will all be getting that, or you guys go live. My internet is so terrible, it takes over an hour to upload a 3-minute video. But it's worth hearing. I can wait to get the giveaway. I can wait to get the giveaway.
Yeah, my internet's horrible where I'm at, too. I'm out in the sticks.
Well, see, last night when I did my live, I was on my internet here, but it was the wrong internet. So I went back in when I fired up the second live, I got on the correct internet, and we were fine. So, but we'll see. With the weather today being out there, we'll see how we get the reception and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go live with the mics and the cameras and everything in the rain. So we're going to get out there. If we have to just fish, we're going to just fish for a while. Yeah. And once it gets nice, we'll go live. We'll probably shoot a video here and there because I'll use my phone when it's raining for the video because it's waterproof. Sunny and 56 here right now. Yeah, it's not sunny here. I'm working on day 3 video now. He wrecked them, over 20 fish. That's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a good video for sure. I couldn't watch it last night because I was planning on going live. So I apologize, John, for going live while you premiered your video. So I apologize for that. But rewatch.
This actually says the temperature dropped. Now it's only 49.
It's 49 here, guys. So that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with unstable weather, which is terrible. Heading to work. Good luck. All right, Yoper. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Hey,
Appreciate
Yoper.
that. Hit that like button if you haven't.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Obviously, Yoper.
49. Yuck. Yeah, it's 49 degrees and it's getting cooler. And this rain coming in is nasty too. So it's kind of stinks. We've had a rainy spring.
Yeah, it has been wet.
It's been good for the food plots.
It's been good for clover.
Yes, for my clover plot that I frost seeded. My dad's going down next week, and he's gonna spray the IMOX.
Yeah, but it's been great for weeds.
Yes.
That's the downfall of having these wet springs like this, because you can't stop the weeds.
Yeah, I know you were worried about me coming in. I know that, John. I figured you would be. But the thing is with the clover, my clover's growing really good down there, and it's been really chilly though. But the clover thrives. It's good, and it's 81 here in Cloudy. I wish it was 81 here in Cloudy.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But next week it's supposed to go up to 90. See? Supposed to get warm. So next week, all this rain, next week, every food plots and weeds and everything's going to jump.
Take off.
So my dad's going to spray next week for the IMOX because they'll be actively growing. I think that was a good, good call on your part. I did call my dad back after I talked to you last night, and I said, hey, Chris said it's good to spray next week because we cut it last week.
Yeah, well, the spray is best for actively growing and in temperatures between 70 and 80.
Yeah, like now it's ultimate. Kind of dormant, right?
Yeah.
Right now, so.
Yeah, I mean,
and this will keep it'll keep it from growing now a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But now
it kind of hampers it a little bit if you just cut it, you know. And that's what I did. I mowed at home, and then I plan on spraying this week as well.
Cool.
So it should be ideal.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the rods. We got all the rods set up for Chris. I showed you guys that last night. We got some rods there for me and Chris.
Spinners for me.
Got the spinning rods for Chris. We got the boat just sitting there waiting to go. Waiting to go.
Yep.
We got the Blue Hornet right there.
Yep.
Ready to go. Just waiting. But yeah, we wanted to go live with you guys for a little bit and just talk about our situation here to let you guys know what we're doing. Nobody's up here this weekend with me. My son has a tournament he's going to right now. It didn't look like it was raining back home, so that's a good thing. So hopefully they get their tournament in today. And then tomorrow, hopefully they have a late game so I can get up, get things packed up, and head home and go to the tournament tomorrow. So back to editing. See y'all, Pennsylvania Twins. All right, man. See you later.
See you, John.
See you, John.
Yeah, see, like, looking at the radar, it don't look bad.
No. It's coming from the north, too, so that's why we're getting that
It's
cooler
coming
weather.
out of Erie,
like
and
north.
But it's, once we get past this
It's like
stuff,
northwest.
Yeah.
It's coming this way.
Once we get past this little bit of spritz we got right now, it should be clear,
go over
clear
to
for
this.
the rest of the day.
Yeah, it looks good. Yep, you might get maybe a little hit or something, but
Yeah.
it looks like nothing. So yeah, so we're looking. It's looking up, guys, but the temperature's not, huh?
Yeah, temperature's whack. I don't.
Redoing boat interior as well. Yep, yeah. John's working on his boat. I can't wait to see it. It looks pretty sharp, like all the accessories and stuff. I don't want to give too much away, but John's working on his boat. He's redoing his boat, so that'll be interesting to see. I can't wait to see it, and hopefully this year when I get down there, I'll be on it. So. But yeah, that's all we're doing is just hanging out. It got a little windy, Chris.
Yeah.
It did get windy, but there's just some spots out there. The only thing, like the wind, there's a few spots that you can go to get out of the wind, but they're not really good spots to fish. I mean, we can catch fish there, and we will. I'm gonna get out there. I'm like itching to get out, so we're gonna get out there soon. But some of the spots where the wind doesn't hit is it's going to take a little bit to catch fish. You know what I mean? So, and I got to find them. Like I only fished it last week for like 2 hours. So, and there was a couple in the pads that I had to hit and in the muck. And that's what we're going to fish today too, because I believe that warmer water is shallow. They're going to get up under all that nasty stuff because of the weather. And if we throw frogs on top, we may be able to trigger some bites. We are going to go out on the point. Now that point's going to be super windy. We have the right window today for it, but I just needed to die down a little bit for the smallmouth on this point. But there's other spots where we can hit too. Hey, James, thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. We are sort of not held in by the rain. We just don't feel like going out there in the rain right now.
We're old.
We're old.
Because you noticed that young kid was out early.
Yeah, he was out. He was musky fishing.
Yeah.
Thrive OFFTHEHOOK Outdoors. He needs to stream in portrait mode. Longer hours he'll get. Yeah, the portrait mode. I do stream in vertical, but you get it in the feed. But when there's two people like this and we're talking and stuff, I like to have it in horizontal mode. That way we get both people in the picture. You don't have two people. I don't like the vertical that way. When I'm going live by myself and talking to people myself, I'll do the vertical. I know it goes out to more people in different. It goes into live feed and it goes into the shorts feed as well. But like I said, the shorts feed, you get your subs from shorts, but do they watch your long form? That's my, you got to get people from the shorts to watch your long form, and I don't know. I do like the landscape mode better for lives. I do. I think you could see more, especially like out on a boat. When you're like out on a boat fishing and you're in vertical, you only can see so much. This, you can zoom in, you can see more. You can zoom in, zoom out, get more of the action and stuff like that. Plus, I just think it looks better. Have to look 8 barrage view time. Have to look at view time. I think that's what that said. Mm-hmm. But yeah, view times are different.
I don't know any of this technical crap.
Yes, but for watch hours, you're right. I don't need watch hours right now, but I like the views and I do like the watch time. So you are correct with the at average watch time. It does get sent out to a lot more people though, and that's where you're getting your watch time. But do those I'd rather have this kind of live with my people and get some subs than vertical and get a bunch of subs that don't watch my long form.
Personally, I'm not in it for money or anything.
You're
like
in it
that.
to win it.
I just do it for fun to help others.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate genuine viewers.
Yeah.
Is what I like.
And I like that too.
You know,
I like that.
I don't need to reach out and get someone that isn't going to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll watch one video and never come back. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Now the shorts feed, even shorts, people sub to shorts. How much do they really? I do get like my normal guys, everybody that watches, they comment. I'm like, say Chris, Indiana Chris. He's a great supporter of the channel. Logan from IL Fishing, great supporter of the channel. All you guys are great supporters, but I get the constant comments on my shorts from the same people, which is good. Yes, and getting that base followers is good. Memberships, Chris, we talked about memberships. My only thing with the memberships is that's why I do subscriptions. I don't know if anybody's aware of my subscriptions, but I have a $5, $10, and $25 one every month, and you can get it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. But with the subscriptions, I give people like packs of baits for doing it. And memberships, you know, you're spending $2.99 a month, $3.99. I feel that I have to do something for you all the time. And sometimes I don't have that I don't know if I have that commitment to constantly put out. And if you're giving me your money every month, I don't want to fall short for you guys. And that's why I don't take that extra step into memberships right now. But I'm working on things, so we'll see what happens, you know, once things settle down.
I don't produce anything but information. Yeah. So for me, like I'm trying to work with some of the partnerships that I have now, and I'm trying to secure a couple more so that I can have giveaways.
Yeah.
Like I already told them, I said, I don't want your free stuff from me.
Yeah,
like,
you want to give it away.
These companies are getting burned nowadays. You know,
a ton of them.
You get a hold of a company, you tell them, you promise them the world, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and they're like, okay, they'll send you something, and then they don't produce, and then they just get dropped, so they're one and done. So what did you gain? Nothing.
You gained a free, like all the cameras that I get, I do reviews on it, and I put them out there, and I use them, okay? Yeah. So, but some people will get a camera, won't do nothing with it, and they just lost their camera.
Yeah.
And they just spent whatever, I'm going to say $50 to $150 they sent you out there, plus shipping, and then they lost that money because they didn't get no advertisement from it.
Yeah. And no return sales or anything, no return on investment. Yeah. So I'm trying to work with a couple partners right now to see if, and start not small, you know, and see if they'll send me a dozen of these, and then every month I'll give one away or something, you know. Yeah. And, you know, eventually I'm going to work myself into like doing lives like this and things. Yeah. And get a little more technical if I can. Ted's probably going to help me. Yep. Figure that all out.
You just got to start, Thrive. You got to start doing product reviews. And if you don't got any companies giving you anything to review, go out and buy yourself something. And that's how you can get started. And do a product review, and you'll get out there. I have a lot of companies that send me stuff where I get emails every day. I probably get 10 to 20 emails a week on products that they want me to review. I actually have a dog shock collar that I'm doing a review on because my dog is crazy, my lab, my yellow lab. So this company reached out to me. Now I won't review everything that I get offered.
You're going to review something that you can use. And
that I'm going to use and
that's
show
the only
you
thing
guys.
I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's something that I would use personally.
Yes.
Like that lighting company got a hold of me, and I thought, what am I going to do with this? But then
I used them for my bait lab.
Well, I found a place that I could use them in the house and at camp.
Yep.
And then I ended up, and they don't even know this, I went back and actually bought a bunch of them for Christmas for people. Mm-hmm. So they made the money back off of me, though. So they made a return on investment. They don't even know it.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, I can tell people about their product.
And show you installing it and showing how do you use it and all that. That's important to companies.
It is.
To get it. I need to review something, all my things I've been using.
Sometimes these companies don't get back to you either. Yeah. Like I contacted them and said, you know, hey,
maybe, we know that one company.
Maybe I should get a percentage like off. Like I can tell people you'll save 15%.
I will do that too.
You know.
Yeah, and I won't. Here's my thing. I will do a product review if I'm going to use it, if it's, you know, if I can use it, and then I will do the review if they give me a discount for you guys to save. If they don't give me a discount, like a share code, like 20% off, 10% off is not, to me, is not much.
Because all you're saving is shipping.
Yeah, so you're saving $5, $10 maybe. I want a 25% off. So it's worth something to the viewers. I want them to save money as well. So I won't do a product review on something that they won't give me a share code for. Now, if you go to my descriptions, I have partners and affiliates. Now, when you get a partner is different than an affiliate. Affiliate is a program that now if I sell that camera, I get 3% of that money for that camera if I go through their affiliate program. And I do have a few of them with like Placino, Yolatech, a couple other companies that I deal with. So if somebody buys something with my link, I get a percentage of that, okay? Some companies don't. I don't get anything for it. I just put it out there and they give me free product. But then on your video, you've got to make sure that you're putting a paid advertisement in there as well, because that's not cool when you do that and you don't put a paid advertisement on. Because if, say, Yola Tech gives me the juice bank,
okay,
and I do a video with the juice bank and say, hey, buy this juice bank, and I don't put a paid advertisement in there. Now, Yola Tech is losing out in a way, because now other companies like that will put their ads on my video. So I'm advertising for all those other companies for free, and not Yola Tech as well. So when I put a paid advertisement on there from Yola Tech, what that does is that locks Yola Tech's in there. So now all the competitors can't put their ads on that video. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
So like if you're doing a fishing rod video, say I'm doing a St. Croix video. I'm not affiliated with St. Croix. I want to be, but I'm not. I have tons of their rods, thousands of dollars worth of their rods. So St. Croix, if you're listening,
hook
that up. So say I do a video with a rod, okay, and I don't put a paid advertisement in for that rod, and I'm working with them. So now Abu Garcia will put their rod advertisement in with that video. So now I'm using the St. Croix rods in the video, but now Abu Garcia is putting their rods in that video as well on their advertisements for free. So now if I put the paid advertisement for St. Croix in there, it's paid advertisement, and I'm using the St. Croix and it's about St. Croix, Abu Garcia, Luz, they don't allow that to go in there.
So how do you do that? Is that just...
It's a button you press.
Okay.
It says this video is for paid advertisement.
Okay.
So I do that with all the people that I'm associated with and my affiliates. So they don't get competitors putting their ads on that video.
Makes sense.
Okay. So that's like not a courtesy thing, it's just a professional thing to do. Yeah. Some people don't do that.
Even though you're not getting paid by them.
I'm not getting paid by them, but they're giving me
off.
I'm keeping a competitor off, and I'm using their product that they sent me for free. Yeah. So they're basically, it's a paid advertisement because they sent me a free product. I didn't pay for it. I got it donated to me from them. Okay. So now it's about their product on my video. That's why you hit that paid advertisement, and you're talking about that product. People know that's the product you're talking about, and you can't come in and say, okay, say I have, and he uses domain. I have Jinxum seed, okay? So if I put a video out of me planting Jinxum clover. What's up, hunting and stuff? Thanks for coming in. And he has that hat on right there, that domain. That's an advertisement. So like, I wouldn't say, Chris, you're not allowed to wear that, but if you're really thinking about what you're doing, guys, we don't want the domain product in that video because I'm doing Jinxum seed. Gotcha. So, so that would be like a conflict of interest type deal. Right. Now we're advertising for domain, but the product, it isn't about domain, it's about Jinxum. And I'm being honest with you guys. And we have two different products, and he uses the domain, I use Jinxum, but I would never say, Chris, like, go onto his live, use Jinxum, it's better, like stuff like that. We don't do that stuff. We're friends and we know we're professionals, so we don't want to do that. He does his domain thing, and I was using domain years ago. Chris turned me on to domain, but then I went to Jinxum and I started using Jinxum, and that's what I do because I use all their scents. They support me. I'm on their pro staff, so that's all I do. So domain I had to leave behind, and Chris has his thing, and he's been with them for years, and he's loyal, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. So that's what you want to do with your brands, and they see that. Another thing that I wanted to mention, and I know I talk, but another thing that I wanted to mention was like, you want to promote the products that you're using in the most professional way you can, and they did you a favor by accepting you onto their program or giving you their product. Yeah. So don't blow them off. Don't burn bridges. Like, do the product review. If you're not going to do the product review, then don't take the product. Right. Be honest with yourself and the company. That's why it's so hard to get these companies. Yes, and they don't want to do it no more. So many times. Yes,
that's what I was alluding to before.
Like if I send you 200 pounds of seed and you don't do a video for me, then what the heck did I get out of it? Nothing. You got free seed.
No return on investment.
And people do that. The return on investment, people get away with a lot of that. So like you said, the companies get burned.
I had a horror story of a buddy that had a seed company and a big television show come along and said, we'll do this, we'll do that. And he gave them like 200 pounds of seed. I don't know what that would cost.
Yeah.
But they did not do anything with the seed on video. All they did is stuck a little emblem down in the corner of their television show.
And that's it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word about the product or nothing.
Yeah.
And they just put that down there. And to me, when these companies do that, that's just like, you know, like a medal.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, look what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
Yeah.
But they don't show using the product or talking about it.
Well, I
so
think that person that took the seed, whoever did that, it's all about them then.
It was.
It isn't about the company. It's
definitely
about
was.
them.
They was just
like,
looking for the
look at
free-
me. I got all this seed here for free, and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean nothing. You
They
know what I
was just
mean?
looking for the freebie, and my buddy caught on to that pretty quick and cut him off.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the shame of it, though. Like, when I was just up and coming and looking for a seed company, I approached him, and he's like, Chris, I just can't right now. I got burned in the past. And I'm like, you know what? I totally get it.
Yep.
I totally get it.
Yep.
And you can't take chances on someone anymore, you know? And, like, and actually last year the company went under.
Yeah.
So he probably got burned so many times that he figured either screw it or he just couldn't afford to do it anymore from getting screwed, you know, being a nice guy and helping people out, but no return on investment.
Yep. And you want those small companies, you want them, and I call them mom and pop companies because they're small and they're starting out, and you want to reach those kind of companies and get them, and then but promote the heck out of them, guys, because now
that's what happened with Domain.
Domain's small. They were in a basement.
They started out very small,
and then they grew.
And we was with them from the start. They gave us a chance, and we felt, you know, counted ourselves lucky. And now look, now they're blowed up, and
they're in every store.
They're in every store you look at,
Yep.
and they're getting huge. And you know, and actually, I'm just a little guy that they very rarely even mention or notice, you know,
and that's
because
the thing.
now they have television shows and stuff. Like, like I feel kind of unwanted, you know,
well, that's
almost in
the
a
thing
way.
too. It could work against you in a way too, because like you want to be loyal and do as much as you can and have a value to the company and try to sell. Like everybody that goes out there, and I'm not great at it either. I don't sell thousands of dollars worth of products for companies, or I'd be sponsored, I'd be out on TV or something right now, okay? But there's companies out there that want that return on investment, and when you start out small, of course you're going to matter a little bit to a smaller company, and you're going to be worth more to a smaller company, but as that company grows,
As they grow, you better
I'm
grow.
hoping that, and that company, if you start out with the company, and they're growing and you're helping them grow, hopefully they would be as loyal to you as you are to them and keep you on board and know where you started at. And there's not a lot of companies out there that do that. They will just go and forget about you and get big, and now, and I don't want to say Domain did that to you. I'm just saying is
they still refer to me as the original OG.
Yeah,
you know.
but like there's companies out there that like sort of leave those little people behind that like help them out in the beginning.
I sort of do feel left behind, but yet every year when I text them or email them and I tell them, hey, you know, I want to order this year's seed, they're like, whatever you want.
Yep,
you
and
know,
that's
just,
a good thing.
Just write it, you know, just write it in an email. And
there's
send
some
it.
companies out there that won't even get back to people.
Right.
They won't even. They just forget about you, and you don't want, you know, and that's unfortunate.
So at least they're loyal back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not getting paid or anything.
Yep.
But I'm not out there jumping through hoops
And you're
making
not out there
videos for them either, though. I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And using their product, advertising, using swag on camera and things. You know.
And you're getting free product, which you don't have to spend your own money doing.
Yeah.
So that's like enough. For me, that's
But
enough payment.
I've turned enough
doing
people onto it
Yes.
that they did get a return on investment.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm still around.
Still around, yeah.
I mean, not that I'm selling thousands and thousands.
And that's
of dollars,
one of the most
but
important
they're
things
getting
is
something back.
is you being worth something to the company. Like a lot of these kids out there and people, if you don't understand, and I'm still learning, and I'm no professional by any means, but you got to be worth something. You got to provide value for for the company, and you got to do something for the company. You got to let them know that you're worth that to them.
Well, anybody, like, for instance, one of my things is food plots, obviously.
Yep.
A lot of people will make a video, though, and say, look at my food plot. This is what I did. Well, they don't show you how they got to that point or how they did it. I show everybody step by step. You know, I don't force things on people. I don't say, this is how you have to do it. I said, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a question about how I did it or why I did it the way I did it, the end product was the same. I got a nice crop of something, but you know, I don't force anything on anybody. I just show them step by
Just show
step
them
how
how
I
you do
did
it.
it.
Yep.
And
And some people might disagree with you.
Yeah, some people may.
Yeah.
But some folks come to YouTube looking. What I do specifically is I'll take one of their specific jugs, and I'll make a plot out of that jug. So when someone Googles, "Hey, domain big sexy,"
It comes up.
they can come over and, oh, Chris made a video of domain big sexy. I can look at
And
see,
then you're in that feed
you know,
with them, and you come up, and boom, you get looked at.
I get looked at.
Yeah.
So I get watch time. I might get a subscriber out of it. They might get a sale out of it. You know, because I mean, the name was new to a lot of people. Now it's catching on.
It's catching
you know?
on. Yep,
So
for sure.
a lot of, and I have a lot of videos on my channel, and a lot of them are food plot related. So when someone, when they use the search engine and look for something from domain, a lot of times my video is one of the ones that pops
Yep.
up. Maybe not first because I'm
But
not
it's
a
in the
TV
feed.
star,
But it's
but
in
it
the
gets
feed.
in that feed. And I don't know if they're like me, but I'm a binge watcher. If I'm looking at something,
You're going to go to the next one.
I
that
go to the
relates
next
it.
one, and then the
You're
next
going to go
one.
down a rabbit hole,
Yep,
basically.
I
with
just
it.
I just go down and I watch everybody's.
And then you take a little bit of each one. But see, what I do when I'm doing that stuff too, Chris, is I'm looking at each person is doing it, and each person will say something the same about that product. So like, you might get 10 different opinions on how to plant, but there's something in there that's pretty similar.
Right.
So then you know that works. You know what I mean? Like if Chris is doing something special with his seed, and then I go down the line and I'm looking at other creators doing it, and they all do that little same thing, then you know that might be for you to do that. Some people might plant totally opposite of what Chris does, and it works. What Chris does works, and you got to think of so many factors that are involved in that. Your dirt, your pH level. There's so many things that involve a weed content, your whatever you want to say, minerals in your dirt. Like there's so much that affect growth in somebody in Florida as somebody in PA. You know, so much different.
It
like
is dependent
with
where
its
you're
compound,
at, whatever. But my biggest thing is I just like the interaction with the watcher.
them, yeah.
I like them to leave a comment and say, "Hey, I gleaned something off that video." You know, that makes me feel great because that's why I'm making the video.
And I learn off of people too. It ain't like it's my way or no way.
No.
It's no. I talk to Chris about things all the time. I watch videos. I pick up some stuff. So you know, I hope you guys learn off of Chris and I with things that we do, because I learn off of you guys too as well. You know, what works for me might not work for you, or something little in my video that you took and it worked for you, and I helped you do it. That's what I want.
Yep.
Another thing too that I wanted to mention is a lot of the companies that are out there, and this is going back old school, okay? Before, no company would touch you unless you had 10,000 subscribers, okay? So now companies are getting a little smarter. They're not looking at your subs anymore. They're looking at your watch time. Like, because if Chris has 10,000 subs and I have 5,000 subs, and they're like, oh, I'm going to give Chris all the product. But if his watch time is the same as mine, or my watch time is more than him, there's a lot of companies out there, or a lot of channels that have 10,000 subscribers that I may have more watch time than them as a 5,000 subscriber, okay? So companies now aren't looking at just your subscriber, the content, I'm sorry, is your amount of subscribers, because now they're looking at the watch time, because how many hours, how many people are actually watching your video? Because now, if Chris is a big time YouTuber and he's got 1 million subscribers, and I give him my seed, okay, we'll use the seed as an example. Now, that company used to think, okay, all 1 million of his subscribers is watching that video. That doesn't happen in YouTube anymore, and people are getting smart to that. I might have 10,000, but my watch time is 1,000 hours a month. Now, I have, say, 8,000 a month watch time, and I have half the subscribers. That means the people are engaging and are watching my stuff. So the companies are like, okay, I would rather give him my product with people that watch it and engage with
Engagement
it.
is
Instead
the big
of,
word right
yes,
now.
engagement.
That's a buzzword.
Yes.
Especially with one of the companies I just contacted with.
Yep.
They said get back to us in September because that's our budgeting time. they said, but we definitely might be doing something with you.
And
so that felt cool.
Yeah,
you know,
and I proved the point
I
with
get the
one
engagement.
company. Yeah, I did. I got into sort of a professional argument, okay, with a company who and you know the company, it's a Deer Pea company.
Okay.
Okay, and I did it years ago. They were a smaller company, and I got in with them. And they were sending me products. There was a guy that I knew who was in the social media thing, and he's like, yeah, we're small, you're small, we want to work with you. So, okay, so I work with him. Boom. Then he leaves the company. Another guy comes into the company and says, oh, we're going to revoke your deal with us because you don't have 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, that doesn't mean anything because who watches it? Look at the watch time. People are like dealing with me. They're watching my stuff. I got a higher watch time than somebody with 5,000. I said, compare it. And he was like, well, that makes a good point, but that's just their standard. 5,000 subscribers, we won't talk to anybody unless you have 5,000. Well, that sort of is going to kill the companies because guess what? I can go make shorts for the next month or two and get 5,000 subscribers. But that doesn't mean that advertisement or that product, they're actually watching a video and me showing them how to, because they're watching it for 10 or 15 seconds and that's it. But I have all the subscribers. So the subscriber count isn't as important as the engagement and watch time. In my eyes.
Not for all companies.
Not for a long time.
No, I just was in contact with a camo company here last fall, and I don't know the guy personally, but we know each other through, let's just say, his marriage.
Okay.
Okay, I know the family that he married into, and anyhow, he's a dealer for a certain camo company, so we're aware of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Both have YouTube channels, but I contacted him, personal message, and said, hey, I'd love to work with your company. I said, here's the links to everything I have and all that. Well, I know that he didn't research it out. All he did is he went and seen subscriber count and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And he got back to me and he said, you know, we only really deal with paid sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, how do you get to be a paid sponsor? And he basically told me, you have to have this many thousands of subscribers or you have to be on television.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now they're basically going off of subscribers, so they're going to pay you that, say, 5,000 subscribers, but none of them watch your stuff.
And I told him, I said, I don't want the money.
Yeah.
I said, I want the clothes because I used them already, and I took pictures of stuff that I already have in my possession of his company.
Yeah.
And said, look, I already used your product. I like them. I want to use them on camera, and that will get you, you know, view time or people looking into your product.
Yep.
And they were a more localized company.
Yep.
And I said, I actually have ties to this company, and I explained it all,
you
know, this way and the other way, and how I could market their product being a local guy and this, that, and the other. And he said, well, it just doesn't work that way. It's all a nice thought. But
but it doesn't work. Yeah, that's just the thing.
And I'm like, man, I have the perfect pitch for your company.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's why there's companies out there that don't do it anymore, because they went with that theory of the more subscribers, the better.
Yeah.
And they're finding out that that's biting them in the butt.
Well, I mean, hopefully they figure that out. Now,
Yeah.
I just watched a video yesterday. I got to be careful who and how I say it. But I watched a video yesterday with a guy that is a paid sponsor by this company that I'm talking about. And he says, this is what you have to do to be able to become, like, to gain sponsorships and stuff. And he explained it, and it sounded really easy, like anybody could do it. Like the way he described it. Yeah, the way he pitched it was like, you could do this too, you know? And I was thinking, well, no,
not really.
Not unless you have this many thousands and you have a television show, or you had a television show, and now you're just YouTube.
Yep.
But yeah, now he's a paid sponsor, and he pitched it as like, you could do this too.
Yeah.
Well,
it ain't that easy.
It's not as easy as he made it sound. But he's also an outdoor writer. That's what
he
got
got
him.
his in there. Yeah.
That was the anchor to it all.
Yep.
That's how he got in, because he has the ability to reach out and get with all these other people through his writings.
Yeah, or car salesman. Now, another thing too you got to watch for is don't get involved with too many companies as well.
Yeah, I only use stuff that I use.
Because if I went into companies that I only use, I'd have a lot of companies though, because I use a lot of products that I like. But the main, like Yolatech, I'm really into Yolatech. I really like.
But you have to be able to
Jinxum and Yolatech.
You have to be able to
Pitch
push their product and pitch
all the
it
time.
correctly for them.
Yes, like
But
Jinxum Sense.
But I don't want something that I'm not going to be using all the time, and I can't pitch it correctly. You know.
Yeah.
I want
Redmond Hunting is mine.
I want
Redmond,
something that I'm
Jinxum,
using already.
and Yolatech is
You know.
my big things. You know, I like to do that, but you'll get, like, I get companies, like, I have camera companies. I'd never heard of camera companies before, and they're like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, because I use the cameras.
See, I wouldn't mind getting some camera companies, because I use a lot of regular
cameras, and
trail-
that's what
trail
I do.
cameras. I gotta pee. I'll be
go
right
ahead.
back.
He'll be
folks.
back. So yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I would love to
you
get
gotta
on a
watch
couple of them.
getting. You gotta watch getting. Now you're on mic, so you want to leave the mic here. I don't want to have to hear you gurgling in the bathroom. You gotta squeeze that little. Here, let me take it off you. Technical difficulties.
Before I break your thing.
Yeah. We'll do this because you don't want to be in a bathroom with the microphone, guys. That would be kind of in depth right there, guys.
Like, woo, that stinks.
Woo! Turn the fan on. Turn the fan on. But anyway, you don't want to get into too many companies, because then you get overwhelmed and you can't produce quality material for the companies. That's happened to me early in the thing. I was like, yeah, I want it all. I want it all. And then I had to sit back and say, listen, I need to take what I can use, what I actually use, and do the product reviews. I have a lot of product at my house that I have from reviews and stuff. There's some products that I have in my house that I'm going to be doing giveaways with. So like my thank you video for the year, I'm going to have a lot of products. I'm going to have a lot of clothes. I'm going to have a lot of products. I'm going to have some I don't want to say cell cams. I want to say trail cameras and things like that, because I have some favorites and some not so favorites. But they can be used and they work all fine. So I'm going to be doing giveaways with that stuff. So that's my like thank you video to you guys. Like, thank you for supporting me doing that, and I'll do the giveaways with the products. But yeah, you don't want to get overwhelmed with product that you can't, that then you're like making like, oh, I have to do this tomorrow. I have to do this. Then you'll get companies saying, hey, where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the video? And then they drop you. There's potential long-term partnerships with people if you do it correctly. So make sure you're not overwhelming yourself with product. And I've done it before. Yes, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, for sure. And it can be over here. It can be, it can be overwhelming. There you go. It can be overwhelming, and then your quality of your product and pitching it goes down, because you have, oh, I got to do 10 camera reviews. And one thing that I like to do, and we started doing this, and we're going to get back to that soon, is I like to do live product reviews and show you exactly what's going on live.
Yeah, that was cool, because I'm not real educated on some of that stuff, so I sit there and ask questions.
Yeah, he asks questions.
Someone might want to know.
Yes, like an everyday guy wants to do it. Yeah. So we do that live review thing, which I think is different. Not a lot of people do it, so I wanted to do it. I have an off-the-hook scoring system on the products, a 30-point system for like ease of use, you know, if it works good, you know, there's different things, price and all that. So I score it to give you an idea of what I think of it. And then you can buy the product at a discount, hopefully, because I won't do the product review unless you get the discount on it. And then you can decide, okay, well, Ted said it was pretty good, so I could probably use that. And I want you guys, I want to build that trust with the audience as well. I don't want to say anything no, I don't want to say negative, because I will say negative stuff about things if it don't work properly.
Yeah, you got to point out certain things.
You have to be honest with your people.
Yeah.
You can't bullcrap somebody.
No.
Because once you bullcrap one person, then it gets around and
Ted said this was good.
It's junk. Yeah, and I don't want that. I will tell you how it works, if it don't work, what I rank it, if it's garbage, whatever, and I will do it. I have yet to smash a camera or anything with a sledgehammer on video yet.
Or shoot it with a bow.
Or shoot it with a bow or something like that. But yeah, I try to be as honest as I can about the products, and that's a big thing with the audience. I think you have to be honest, For sure.
For sure.
So, you about ready to end this?
Yeah, we got to go get the West Mifflin wagon.
We got to get the wagon on. So, all right. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Thank you, Chris, for being here today. Keep an eye out for a live. The weather is still kind of crappy, but I think we're going to try to get out there and do some fishing. So thank you guys for being in here. You want to close it out with anything?
No, just thanks for some
Make
of
sure
you,
you're
some of
going
you
over.
guys are over there
Yep.
that are already into my channel and things, and I do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm not in it for money or anything. Obviously, I'm just helping people. That's all, and I enjoy doing it
Yep.
and being able to answer questions and engage. I like the engagement part. That's pretty cool. And if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know something. I'm not gonna BS you. So if you have food plot questions or bow related questions, I could be your guy.
Cool.
So but stay tuned for later today. We're gonna be up and running, and we're gonna be catching some bass.
We're going to go engage on some fish.
We're gonna be engaged.
Yep. Hey, Thrive, you can reach me at tedpolanowskijr@gmail.com, and that is in the description of all of my videos. So go over to any one of my videos and find my email, and you can email me. We're going to get out of here. We're going to get the boat ready. We're going to dry the boat off first. Then we're going to get out there and probably get blown in the wind a little bit, and then we're probably going to go live once it settles down. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. And like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We're going to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations, and we will
See ya.